What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to CEOCAST, and today I'm with the CEO of a Shisha lounge by the name of Wish Lounge. Now, I'll hand it over to you to take over. You want to introduce yourself, introduce what the lounge is, everything.
Hi, my name's Ghaith. Five months ago, we opened Wish Lounge in North Holt, and that's been a story ever since for us.
So, how did it all start then? Like, what made you want to start a lounge?
So from young, we've always smoked shisha. Literally from day one, we've always been in and out shisha cafe. It was a daily routine for us.
Oh, is it like that?
Yeah. So literally daily from the age of like 16, from being at home, and then obviously when we hit 18, and then we started going to shisha lounges, and it just became a daily thing. It was like there's certain cultures that have the pub, and then we've got our shisha cafe.
That's what I was going to say. That's the really good thing about shisha lounges, because for Muslims especially, or Asians in general, people who don't drink, this is the place they come, which is sick. That's why so many people are opening them, because it's such a big market for it.
Yeah, there's a huge market at the moment. With us, what we've started off more as a cafe for this area. So with this area there's a cafe missing. So our shisha sales is only about 15% of what we do.
Did you say 1.5 or 5.0?
15.
Okay.
1.5, yeah.
Oh,
so
is it really?
Yeah, so compared to what we do as in breakfast, as in lunch for the local area.
Yeah.
So within the local area, we've got about 10,000 workers around us. And then we just saw opportunity of a space available to have breakfast, to have lunch, and then we introduced shisha later on.
Yeah.
And then it's turned out very well for us, and it's good.
How's it been? Because obviously opening a shisha place, especially in this day and age, is everyone seems to be doing it. So with competition, how do you find it? Because I could look tomorrow and next thing you know, another shisha lounge is open.
Literally with competition I don't feel there's a huge competition there is a competition, but from what we have established as like a vibe, or what we've established as a lounge, or as the vibe that we've created here, I don't think it could really be competed with what I can see on the market at the moment.
Yeah.
Now it's here. It's more of like a social gathering. The place is very open. If you saw the initial design, if you could see, it's more of a seating to eat, but then that just worked as well with it. We worked very hard on the designs and adding obviously the flowers and the color themes and everything else like that, and it just worked. So it was having that open space where you're not concealed to every group just being together. And the thing is, here you have the option, and because of the vast space that we have, you have the option where you're either open with everybody else, or you could have your little corner alone.
Mixing is
and then exactly. And there's some places that we have some speakers, some places where we don't have speakers, where you could have a bit of everything.
A bit of silence, bit of rave.
Yeah. So we've tried, as initially when we were designing it, it was trying to build the whole aspect around it and trying to cater to everybody. So we didn't want to just cater to one sort of clientele. And as a lounge, we have found ourselves being like one of the most multicultural lounges. We're not set to one specific culture. So that's helped us out a lot. And obviously the word spread when you have the locals here that work in the factories and that work in the industrial park that come here, and they're shocked. They're like,
they just want to chill out on their break or something, isn't it?
When you find a cafe in an industrial area, it's usually white tiles, plastic chairs, and there's a counter to serve at. But then we took like the whole WeWork environment and everything else like that and bought it and said, look, the same way the offices have a very nice cafeteria and have a very nice lounge to sit at, that shouldn't change for an industrial area.
For your local community.
Exactly. So that doesn't change for an industrial area.
So I was going to say, so you've been open for 5 months now, And for anyone who wants to open a shisha business, so I've mentioned in one of my podcasts before that I'd love to open a shisha place. I had it all planned, everything like that. And it fell apart because of partners. Other reasons, so I don't know. But for anyone getting into it, they know that shisha is very risky, because you've got to spend a lot of money on all the pots, the design, everything that goes into it. But then what's the reward like? Like, is it worth opening a shisha lounge now?
The thing is it worth opening a shisha? Is such a broad question. Because different people would answer it different ways. For me, the biggest reward in Wish Lounge is that as a team of 3, we built this. And it's
an
like,
accomplishment, isn't it?
So it's like blood, sweat, and tears literally went into here. So that's when I say that's what the biggest reward is. it was such a big project, and we've done it in a space of 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah, we've done it in a space of 4 months, and it went from being like a complete trash.
Is that from 4 months from acquiring this place, or 4 months from saying, yeah, let's open a shisha lounge?
It was 4 months from acquiring this place. So it was literally we initially it was a different place that we were gonna take.
Yeah.
And
What, still in this area, or?
no, so it was further in the middle of everybody.
Okay. Yeah,
so it was, and then we was thinking about it, and then we checked some things about the property and the whole licensing aspect behind it, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So literally after that, we was introduced to this place.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and literally on the same day we looked at it, what can we do? And it wasn't as big first, so it was just a section. Then it was that part became available.
This conservatory bit wasn't here.
This wasn't here at all.
Yeah,
so it became, while we were building, it was okay, this part has become available.
Yeah.
And we snapped it up. Okay, that part has become available, and then we snapped it up.
Yeah.
So then we slowly started building it. The biggest challenge in doing this, it was, there was no plans, there was no designs, it was, you either take it today or you don't take it.
Yeah.
And then it was a case of, we looked at each other while standing here, and it was, can we do it? And it was, yeah, we can. And then literally that same night, went home, got the tools, came in here and started demolishing. Yeah, there was 2 floors in here.
Yeah.
And there was problems with the water, problems with the electric, loads of problems.
Yeah.
And then it was bringing all of that to here, all brand new. So it was bringing that all here brand new.
Yeah.
And that was a huge challenge as well. It's finding the main water supply, bringing it in, the electricity, repowering everything up, bringing a whole brand new fuse boards. So that was a huge challenge alone.
Yeah.
And then the plumbing behind it as well. So
yeah, I can imagine it's hectic.
Yeah, so that was a huge challenge. But
how long, like, from when did you decide with your partners that you want to open a shisha lounge? When did you get together and think, yeah, let's open this?
That's the thing. The first place came available.
Yeah.
And then both of my partners found out about it. So then they introduced me and said, look, are you up for it? So I said, yeah, look, I'm up for it. This is what we could do, ABC. This is how we could execute it. And then, but we've always known, like from
that
young, we've always been told when.
What's the feeling like, though, of doing something that you've always wanted to do from young to now? Because I don't know if you mentioned, but you're 25 right now.
Yeah.
So you're smashing it. Yeah. But what's the feeling like from when you were young to actually doing the thing now?
The thing is, it's a huge accomplishment at 25, yes.
Yeah.
But my biggest accomplishment was obviously my construction company.
Yeah.
So I started that about 4 years ago, and I've been working for the past 3 years. I've been working with no business. It's building up the company, building up the foundation of the company. So that was like my greatest achievement. Wish Lounge is a product of my greatest achievement.
Okay.
And it's something I've always wanted to do also. It is very rewarding, but there's a sense of calm to it. It's not like when you're stressed about going to work. It's not about you're stressed about, it's like, okay, now I have an asset.
Does this feel like work?
No, not at all.
Why is
I'll
that?
be honest with you. If this wasn't here,
Yeah.
I'll still be sitting down in a shisha cafe somewhere. That's the
Benefit
reality
is
of
you
it.
get free shisha then, innit?
Exactly.
You can't go wrong.
So yeah, so it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an accomplishment, but it's not that. It's more of a business accomplishment.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, it's a hobby. How do we take it to the next level after this? And that's where we're at now, and it's creating that buzz, it's creating that vibe. On the social media, we've done very, very well.
Yeah,
and
smashed it.
I don't want to say toot my own horn, but I don't see anybody else doing it like us on social
No,
media.
you've done it well, man.
Yeah,
It's
so
especially the way you decorated the place as well.
yeah, thank you, man. So yeah, so us on the social media, what we're doing on the gram, and it's gotten to that stage where we've gone boom in the top tier
tiers, yeah.
from nowhere, and everyone's like, "Yo, well, where did these guys
These
come
come here
from?"
and that, yeah.
Exactly, and it's gotten to a point where I've sat down with people, and it's people that I've known, let's say, for a while, or friends of friends, and I've sat down with them, and they say, "Oh yeah, so what do you do?" I'm like, "I'm one of the owners of Wish Lounge," and they're like, "What, Wish Lounge?" And that's when it becomes a sense of achievement, when I'm like, okay, this random person hears about it.
Yeah.
And everything else like that. So it's a good step. It's a good step in the right direction.
So that's an introduction to yourself and how you got into Wish Lounge, how you got into Shisha Lounge and all that stuff. What about before that? Because you opened this, you said 4 months ago. What was your life like before? How did you start all this?
So like I said, I started my construction company about 4 years ago. I started it and I was in and out of it. So I was trying to get jobs, couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
Then I would go work in retail.
How old were you when you started that?
21.
Did you go to uni or anything like that?
I dropped out of university.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I dropped out of university.
I did the same.
I done a couple of different courses. It just, for some people it's for them. For me, it wasn't just for me. I'm more of a practical type person. So you've got like the 7 styles of learning, and then you've got what people don't understand. You've got the 7 styles of working.
Yeah.
And then especially when you're doing something for your own business, either you do it by hand or you do it from the back or you lead from the front. So it was bringing that aspect to it, and I knew how I work. I knew how I like to work. I knew how to become successful by it.
Yeah.
So it was. A lot of people saw the product of the 4 years in the past 1 year. I would say.
Yeah. Because that's when it all comes to the spotlight, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody saw the product of it after, but then nobody really saw, except for a few close people, saw the hard work behind it.
Yeah.
So it was the struggle to get work and the struggle to have things like that. And initially what was like a blessing in disguise, it was when I was 21, I got convicted of something when I was 19.
I swear.
Yeah, so I got convicted of something when I was 19. I got a criminal record, and it was like the pettiest thing. It was like so petty.
Yeah.
And I got a job in a company that I used to design and sell kitchens because I'm in the construction field. So I was doing that for a while, and that was like through a regional manager. Like he bypassed the CRB checks. They told them, look, I can vouch for the guy, no problem.
Yeah.
And I showed them the reports of why I got convicted, and they literally chuckled at it.
Yeah.
Then it went from that. Then I wasn't happy working in a company doing £1 million a month for somebody and walking away with £3,000. Like that's when I said, what are you doing? So I said, yo, wake up. If you're creating this business for someone and it's literally customers are coming as opportunities and you're making that opportunity to happen, if you were to do 10% of that for yourself or even 1% for yourself, you'd be
you'd be up there
in life.
Yeah.
So then it was like a bold decision when it was like I handed in my resignation and I said, look, I'm looking to do something bigger. I can't be tied down to this. My outlook on life, there's 2 type of people. There's people that are very, very good workers. Yeah. And they could work in an environment and they're happy working there. And there's people that are just not content and they want more and they don't. And
I feel I'm like that.
Yeah. So that was me. It was because people say, oh, if you're not content, you're not happy. But then no, me not being content is my strive to achieve. Yeah. Me wanting more is my strive to achieve. So that played a big part in it, and so I left the company, and then tried to go into the construction again. It was a rocky start at the beginning, so it was very hard to start off with. And then I said, I need to get a side job to maintain, at least fund me to maintain
to live in it. Yeah.
So I applied to be an Amazon delivery driver.
Flex.
Yeah, flex, and it was like no, it's like you've done a CRB check and you're not allowed to be, and I was like.
Oh, so they didn't even let you do it?
They did, and then I'm sitting there going, yo, this is when I'm 19.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I quit about maybe a year and a half ago from that company. So I was like, this is when I was 19, this problem happened. And I'm explaining to them, look, this is what happened. It wasn't like this huge thing. Yeah. And so then that's when I said, look, I've got no choice but to be successful in my company. Yeah. I've got no choice but to do that.
Because if Amazon are doing that, then you don't know who else is going to do that.
Exactly. So it got to a point I said, yo, and I just like saw, I don't really want to call it a trap, but saw what you could fall within because that's what's happening to you. You're sitting there, no money. Yeah. Okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And you're just sitting there going, yo, what do I do? What do I do? And it changed from that to, okay, now I put all of my energy, all my time. I wake up like I'm doing a shift. Yeah. I wake up like I'm going to work, but I work on my company. Yeah. And then with that, what happened was we got into Hedge Magazine. So I started off the foundations of the company, and it was like, got into Hedge Magazine, got the marketing name out there. Got the marketing out there, got everything out there, and it was jobs started coming in. And then we landed contracts for Museum of London, and we landed contracts for Museum of Docklands, and then we landed a contract for someone that had a portfolio, and we've landed contracts here and there, and it was just, and it got to a point like literally I quit in October. By January I was fully booked until next year. I was going, okay, timing the projects. Okay, what do I do here? How do I do this? And then when projects are coming in, I need this done ASAP, or a friend will say I need this done. Like I'll try as help as much as I can, but I can't put my full dedication. And it got to a point where I was turning down work. I said, look, I can't do it. A lot of, since Wish Lounge has opened, it's also become a portfolio. So it's when clients are skeptical about me refurbing or me designing their place, I bring them here. I say, look,
you did all
this is what it came from. This is where it is. I could tell you exactly where every single wire is. I could tell you exactly where every single plumbing pipe is, because we done it. And that was the fundamental of bringing in more work. So they have kind of bounced off each other. And my main is always going to be the construction company. And Wish also does, but I'm happy with doing 18-hour, 17-hour shifts, doing in the daytime here and doing the night. I'm happy with that. Because for me, it's not for anybody else.
It's your company, like you're saying. It's like you're not even working. You're just enjoying it. Obviously, you're making money from what you're enjoying, but it's sick. Like
literally, when I first landed contracts, I was doing 20 hours of work. Like going home, sleeping a couple hours, getting up. It got to a point where my mom goes, look, you're killing yourself. I said, no. I said, this has to work. Like, and even my parents were like, yo, I said, no. I said, I'm at that age where if I lose it all, I could rebuild it.
I was going to ask you, like, you just said parents, and your parents just said that basically. How much time, like, do you work compared to, like, what's the sacrifices you have to make with family, for example?
There's a huge sacrifice.
Like, for me, for example, trying to do this podcast, do, like, my media stuff and all that, and doing a 9 to 5, but I'm barely at home. It's like a bed and breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
It's same thing. Same exact thing.
And
the thing is what a lot of people don't understand, it's not a strike of luck. Like, nobody opens a company like and overnight. Nothing is ever overnight. That's why there was like this whole huge hype about cryptocurrency, and because everybody wants
just thought it was overnight.
And it come down to, I saw something today, matter of fact, and it was like everybody's hungry, but no one's willing to go out and hunt. And it just comes down to that. If you're looking to build something, you have to do it step by step by step by step. And one of my investors, what he said, so one of our investors, that he has the property portfolio and we refurbish his properties. So he said to me, you're at that generation where your generation like to run. They like to sprint. So within my generation, we like to walk and take it slow.
I feel like you got further like that as well.
So he said, the reason is, if you fall, you're going to fall very hard, you're going to hurt yourself. He said, but if I trip over, I could just get back up and carry on my stride. So it was bringing that both mentalities of different generations of, okay, I need to get the fundamental foundations of the company built up. But then I need it to move at this rate as well. So it was doing that, and that happened over years. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't land contracts overnight. I had to build my trust. I had to get insurance to work in certain properties. I had to do a lot of things for it to do that. So that is one thing that I would always say is, take it step by step. Like literally the bottom 0 level. Okay, what do I start with? And it was even like one of the courses that I'd done in university. It showed me Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And it was like a lot of people that if they studied business management or any type of management, they'll see it. So you got your fundamental things that you need as a human, which is food, sleep, sex, this. So if you apply that in business sense, and it's, what do I need? To start off, I need the registered company. I need a logo. I need a name. I need this. I need that. When you have that, if you ever fall back, you've always got that. So it was slowly working into that, and whatever money I would make is to put into that, because I need insurance, and then money to put into, I need a logo, money to put, I need a website, and also my brother helped me a huge amount with websites, with
is he experienced in it?
Yeah, so right now he's doing masters in artificial intelligence. He done computer science in university, and he's always been
technical. Knows everything.
So him is literally like, yo, I need this on the website now, and it's
that's like my sister as well. Whenever I need help, you just go to them.
Exactly. They're the new generation. That's the thing. They're the new generation, And then it's like he's added something on our website where it automatically shows what football games are on.
Yeah.
Without us having to do it manually. You could literally go on a website, it'll tell you the list of football games that are on per calendar. So it was good. So I did have a lot of help, and there's always gonna be an aspect of luck.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Well, you got to create your own luck at the same time as well.
Your own luck at the same time. You have to put yourself in a position where you could gain that luck.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sit here and expect it just to fall from the sky, and
it's not happening.
It's not gonna happen at all.
Yeah.
So you have to stay hungry, and that is the thing. Is being motivated and being hungry are two different things, and people think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. Being motivated, yes, you could get up, yes, you could do what you're doing, but being hungry, no, you have to have that.
Yeah.
You have to have the latest car. You have to have the biggest house. You have to have this, and that's what it comes down to. It comes down to what made my hunger was putting my family in a more I wouldn't say put them in a comfortable state, because they were in a comfortable state. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I grew up on whatever. But
yeah, and I'll get what you're saying.
It's putting them in a more comfortable state, where my dad's reached the age of nearly 70 now, and I have to start thinking, okay,
you got to provide, you got to take over.
I have to do something or help him out or whatever, or just to make them more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because as being, I'll say, the eldest son, especially in our culture, that's what you're bred to do.
Yeah.
And it's not a negative thing. That's why I'm hungry. It's because I want my mum to be comfortable. I want my dad to be okay. And even though my sister and my brother work or he's in uni, and I still want them to be okay.
Yeah.
Me to be okay. Like, my job is kind of done of where I take a bit of responsibility off everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's the biggest reason I'm hungry. And when everything changed is when it became that reason. When it stopped becoming, I want to drive a Lambo. And when it stopped becoming, I have a penthouse and I want to have bare chicks in the penthouse and I want to have this. When it stopped becoming that, it became that. And it actually, like, I'm not saying it became that out of my mind. It became that in my actions.
Yeah.
That's when I felt like I was blessed more, and 100% like something was handed to me. Like it has to be part of it. Everybody has their go-to of how they done well.
Yeah.
To me, that's mine. Some people say, oh, you have to picture the universe, the energy, the this, the that. No, but mine is, I feel like it was handed to me because I changed my priority from being to what I want to what the people around me want.
Yeah.
And that's when everything
catering
changed.
to other people's needs, kind of.
Yeah. That's when everything else changed. It was putting their priorities at the front and putting what I would want from them. And it was like, and I used to say something to my mum. It was like, Mum, for you to live in London and live comfortable, you need to be earning 120k a year minimum.
No, nowadays not even that. Like, that's less.
Yeah.
That's
so she
nothing.
goes to me, what world do you live in?
Yeah.
Like, she goes to me, what world do you live in? I said, no, you have to. That's what you need. And she goes, no. She goes, that's not what it is at all. So when I saw they had that contempt, they're very content, my family, especially my dad. It was when I said, okay, Dad, why don't you upgrade the car? Dad, why don't we get this? Why don't we redo this? Why don't we do that? He said, he says something in Arabic when it's translated. It's everybody to. It's not everybody to what they could afford. Is everybody that could. I don't know how to translate it, but it basically comes down to what to somebody can afford.
Do you know how to say it in Arabic?
I could have messes up so much. Is kul wahid ala hala.
Okay.
So to everybody to what they can. Basically, that's what it translates to. So when he used to do it, I used to get so frustrated. It's like, bro, I don't want to live on that mindset. No, I want this and I want that. I want this.
Yeah.
So it was, but then at the same time, his mentality helped me a lot. Of where now I'm like, okay, I'm okay right now.
Yeah.
How do I get to the next step? And it's not my only 2 business ventures that I'm looking to do. There's more things I'm planning to do with it.
Yeah.
So there's another company I want to set up, and then there's another company after that. And I've got my 5-year plan of what I want to do.
Yeah.
So unless anything happens in that case, that's what my plan's going to be. Or if anything lands on my lap in that case, then that's what my plans are going to be. And then it's working, like I said, is building the foundations of that. I can't just say, okay, I've got 2 businesses that are doing well for me, then I could slack on how I set up this one. No, then I have to be
put 100% into
100% in this, because I'm probably going to use the money from that to start that. Use the money from that to start the other one. So it's like, okay, right now I need to build a portfolio. Right now I need to build a portfolio for stocks, and I need to build a portfolio for properties. And I'm not at that stage at all yet, but it's in my mind is how do I work towards that?
Yeah.
And then you just nit and pick and listen and hear and talk to this person, and there's been a lot of advice. And what the crazy thing is a lot of the advice that I got of starting a business or my tax or my this or my that, or it came from CEOCAST.
I swear.
Yeah, so it all started there.
All resonated from you being in a Shisha lounge.
Exactly. And then where to get a credit line for building work, I got it from some guy that was a CEOCAST.
Yeah, if you need to advise kids, make sure you go to the Shisha lounge. Straight up, innit?
So it was
I was joking.
networking. It was literally networking, and that became a very strong aspect of mine. Like networking. I've got the gift and the gab, and I could talk for Britain. So it was just using that as a
that's one of the main things. I mean, that's what my dad taught me. You know, more than anything else that my dad taught me. Oh, because my dad told me I have to go to school, study, all that stuff. You know, typical Asian thing. Yeah. He always told me you got to make sure you have the gift of the gab, because it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
You have to get far in life from people you know.
100%.
No one's gonna hand it to you. Go out and create these connections.
Also, another thing is one like mentality that I see in people. It's you don't live in a country where you need to be cash rich.
Where you need to be what, sorry?
Cash rich.
Okay, yeah.
You don't. And there's what a lot of people mistake is they think, oh, I need to make this and I need to make that. I need to have this much cash under my pillow, and I need cash coming out of my accounts, and I need this and I need that. But no, this country works on credit. It works on brokers and loaners and this and that.
Yeah, no. So you're saying it's got to be it's a liquid cash country, but no, so it's not.
It's not about liquidating in this country. It's about having the credit, having like the banks behind you, that's like the different mentality that happened between my dad and me. So it was. So when I was sitting there and asking him about business and what I should do and everything, his advice was cash. If you would do anything, not as in paper cash, but as in you want to be cash rich. But I was sat there and I said no. That's when I built credit lines, and then yes, I had some cash in the account and whatever. But it was about building up a portfolio and building up a name and building up a company. Because a big mistake I see within people, they don't. How do I explain it? They don't cherish their company.
Okay.
They don't see the possibilities of it. You don't need to be doing £1 million a year for you to get a car on lease. You don't need to be doing £1 million a year for you to get a loan from the bank. You don't need that. It's about showing your profits and losses and showing. Even if you're on loss, and what a lot of people don't understand is when you're on loss, a lot of companies still give you things. Why? Because they know you're paying it off. Yeah. So it's building up a company and building up. Like the term company is used so blasé now. It's like anything could be I've got a company and I've got a business card, but no, there's things that go in it, and that's why you need an accountant. And then when I sit down with people and they don't have accountants, I'm like,
bro, why are you not going to account for?
I sit down with my accountant, he gives me advice on what my next steps are, what my next year's plan is, how I should do it, how I should do this. So it's more of a case if you cherish it and you do all the right steps and take it step by step, you will do a lot. You do very well, and that's what it takes for this to make it, especially in London. Because if you go like up north or if you go out of London, the living costs are very low, but your profit margins are higher because you're paying less rent and like running costs, and you could get a mortgage very easily. But when you're sitting down in a city where to get a one-bedroom flat, a decent one-bedroom flat, you need 500k mortgage approved. You need to be doing very well to be getting that.
Get mortgage 500k,
to get that approved. So it's taking that mentality and forgetting the old school mentality, and it's about credit, it's about getting mortgage, it's about getting loans. And the thing is, someone can sit next to me and say, yeah, but your car's on finance, and yeah, but you took a loan from the bank to do this for your company, and you've done this and you've done it. I say, yeah, but then on paper, I'm more credible than you.
Yeah. To my dad, if you're watching this, you know, I'm not even going to say anything, but yeah, going back to that whole point of that, about credit, cash, all of that, to start a business, especially a shisha lounge, because when I was trying to calculate it for how much it comes up to easily, you could easily figures over 50k just to get up and running, could be more, could be less, whatever. Now, a lot of people could say, here was my problem. when we tried to get a bank loan, the banks were saying we're not going to provide a loan to they said basically tobacco companies, and they counted shisha as that. So how do you basically fund these projects, through whether it's through credit or cash? What's the ideal solution that you'd say in your experience?
You need the backing for it. I'll tell you that now. To start off a place on a loan is very, very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Because you always have that stress on top of your head. And debt it's one of the darkest things you could be in.
Yeah.
And I learned that at a very young age. It's a very hard place to be in if you're in debt. So
I've been in it as well, in a bit of debt. And I feel like it drags your life a bit.
It does. It's literally
you're thinking about it 24/7.
When I was about 20, I took about a 15k loan, personal loan, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with it. I'm gonna blah blah blah. But then I lost it. I tried to buy and sell a car, and I tried to do this, and I bought a watch and tried to resell it, and I tried. And I'm sitting there at the end of it and going, I've got this debt over my head. I have to pay it back. But then if I made that 15k, if I lose it, I've got no one to answer to. I lost it. It's my money that I lost. So, especially with the Shisha Cafe, coming to fund it, you have to have either assets, you have to have money in the accounts, you have to have something, man, there
to fall back on.
To fall back on, because it'll be very hard to put everything in. And
that's the problem with me. So when I went in debt at a young age. So I'm 23 now. I was basically hit debt at like 18, 19. Obviously, I didn't have no assets, nothing to fall back on. And it's dragged. That's what I'm saying. It drags you out so long, because if you don't have that there, it's dragging you even longer. And it's just on your mind 24/7. Like, how can you pay this back? How can you pay this back?
And it was having them monthlies, and you haven't got a job, and you haven't got this. It takes its toll on you. It takes its toll. As mum, can I have this? Dad, can I? I'll say this proud. I'll say it in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I used to turn around when I don't have money for the month. It's, Mum, Dad, I need it. Because what I hear a lot of people say is, from the age of 14, I've been working, and I didn't take a pound off my dad. Fair game to you. But I was in positions where I couldn't do that. I was in a position where there's no work, there's nothing. I'm sitting there going, how? What do I do now? And the thing is, especially with like loans and debts, and it's become way too easy now of being a trap to fall in. So one thing I would advise to younger people is definitely have a good credit. Do not touch a loan. Do not touch credit cards. Like, have a small credit cards for like whatever to build your credit and that, but be like, unless you can manage your money properly, and I can't. So unless you can manage your money properly.
That's why I'm laughing right now, because I'm just thinking in my head.
Unless you can manage your money properly.
Also, credit cards is free money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. That's it. And it's like, and then when the end of the month comes, it's like, yo, how do I pay this? So, with me, what's been like an upside with me as well is I've been in every phase of life. I've been right at the bottom to doing very well, and I've learned from all of it.
Yeah.
And I would never want to forget where I was. I'd always in any decision I'm making is, can this jeopardize everything? Can this bring you back to being there? Can you going all into something? Are you prepared to go into that mind state of having nothing again? So it's a huge push and it makes you very wary.
Yeah.
And then it makes you very, very wary and a bit more careful, especially when you're trying to do it for other people as well. So it makes you very, very wary.
Yeah, no, that's sick, man. That's sick. But going back to what you said, like you're trying to set yourself up for 5 years and all that stuff. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what do you want to be doing? I'm not talking necessarily financial figures wise and all that stuff, but just generally, like comfort wise and your life.
Ideally, this is what I hope for. But I don't know. Depends how the world works, innit? But ideally, I'd like to be married. I'd like to have kids. If I meet the right person. Be comfortable, have my family in a comfortable situation, and necessarily have an office where I run.
You can run all your businesses.
Yeah, and I ideally want that as a home office, because there's nothing that I would want more than to be a work from home dad, for example. That's like, you see the American movies and you see, oh, he's in the office. That's what it wakes up to. And it was a joke that me and my friends used to have. And it was, haven't you seen the movies? And this is when we used to design kitchens. You see these crazy big kitchens. The woman would lay out the biggest dessert. He would come in, have one toast, and I've got to go to work and put his tie on. Like, that's what you aspire to be, like, as a businessman. And then especially refurbing high-end properties, and me going in and looking at properties where they're working from home and they have their home office and they have everything else like that. You see it as a goal. Yeah. Like, you don't want to have like lumber everything on your wife, or she has to bring up the kids. No, I don't want that at all. I'll be honest with you. I'd love to be a stay-at-home dad, have successful businesses. And I don't need it to make me a billionaire, but I need it to put me in the right direction where I'm comfortable. Yeah. And then my level of comfortable is different to other people's level of comfortable. So I think it will go past that stage of, because I'd always say, like, I'm new money. Like, I'm not huge. I'm like, don't see this as me saying, oh, millions. No, but in my sense, I am new money. Whereas I would spend money on stupidness because I've never seen it before. I've never done that before. Let me do this or let me do that. So it takes that. I want that to slowly fade out and it be more about savings and a home and a wife and kids, and that's my ideal. A lot of people would probably look at this now and know me like,
no, but that's the thing though. Like, this guy's gonna be through it. Like, we've been in that stage thinking, like, I want this, I want that. You get it, yeah. And even you know what's mad? Even when you sell it and you start having that realization that life ain't about that, yeah. It starts catching up to you after. I remember I bought a car, yeah. I didn't think I was balling or anything like that. I was careless and stuff. Bare tickets, still coming through now. Even after you sold it and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's exact same thing happened with me. It was, and this goes back to me saying credit is, I was in my builder's clothes and I walked into Jaguar and I was like, I want to pull out a car. They didn't take me serious. I'll be honest with you. I had dust on me. I had like my combats on, my hoodie and everything. So they didn't take me serious. They gave me some new girl. But then because of my credit, I was able to pull out a sports car. So I pulled out F-Type and I was like, whoa, and I had it for like 8 months and I was like, oh yeah, and I was the man in it. And then it became to a point of, I can't run this, I can't run it no more. And it's like, but then a lot of people from the outside will sit there and look at you and go,
this guy's killing it basically,
balling. But I'm not.
Yeah, no, you can't judge a book by its cover. You don't know the ins and outs. Yeah.
Exactly, but I wasn't. And people were like, oh, this guy's wearing his suit and he's driving this car. And I was driving. And I'm going to pay £2,000 a month. Yeah, you know what I'm saying to you. So it's a lot of the thing is, don't judge people, and it goes back to social media. It goes back to something, and it's.
But that's the thing, though. It's hard because people put on a mad perception on social media.
Yeah, social media is. And I saw Tristan, he said it on it as well. So he said about social media.
Oh, you saw that podcast?
Yeah, I saw that. I met Tristan at a video shoot one time. That's how I added him. So, yeah, and when I saw and he said it, I was like, yeah, that's the most truth. Because I know people, they will sit there. But bro, tell them, like, let's go out here or whatever. And it's, like, not that it's a bad thing, but they're putting up a false image where you forget who you are. And that's what is... I'm trying to pull out of myself.
Some people pull out a false image on purpose though. Like, for example, I know one guy, yeah, I'm not going to say any names. My man rented out a car for a good half year, but then going around saying that it's his. Like, that's the thing. People want to portray that image. They want to idolize the fact that they're up there.
I've got this really good friend, and she's a very good businesswoman, and she said to me, Ghaith, you know how you make your first million? I said, how? She went, and she goes, it's easy to make the first million. She goes, it's hard to keep the first million. She goes, you know how you keep the first million? I said, how? She went, and literally, and I sat there and I went, that is the realest talk I've ever heard.
What did she mean though?
Like, you stay quiet about it.
Oh, just stay quiet about it.
Don't be flash.
Basically,
because
broke, stack notes.
Basically, yeah, but with the people that I've spoken to, they're not really from the ends to say, literally what they say is, it's all flash, no cash.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. Anyone could get a Rolex on finance. anyone can get a car on finance if they got good enough credit. What people don't understand is keeping up them payments. And it was like, I used to see people in Ferraris and go, boy, this guy's, he's in a Ferrari. But when I sat down in a Ferrari and I was speaking to some guy there, we were sitting down talking about marketing and everything else like that because I wanted some ideas from them, some guy that I knew that worked in there.
Yeah.
So I said, bro, how do people just come in and buy a Ferrari? He said, you know the Ferrari's an asset. I said to him, what do you mean? He said, look, you put a 25k deposit down.
Yeah.
And he literally said, I'll offer this to you. He goes, you put a 25k deposit and pay £900 a month. For 2 years, I'll give you a 25k back. Or if you want, you add more money, I'll give you a brand new Ferrari in the next 1 year. He goes, but it will get to a point where you do that, where then you own a Ferrari outright and you could just sell it and take the cash. So I said, these people are stunning, but they're saving as well.
So what's your next step, Ferrari? Yeah.
No, never. I'm done with all of that. I'll be honest.
No, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm done. Unless it's disposable income, and I've started to live by the rule: if you can't buy it 5 times, don't buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
That just puts you in a position where you start to be very careful. Because okay, I could have a Ferrari outside. When it comes in his service, I need to pay £2,000 for service. I'm going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've experienced that as well. I bought a C63.
Yeah.
I could only have, I didn't think about the 5 times rule or anything like that. Yeah, I just thought, bruv, I want this car.
Yeah.
Let me get it. And there's so much things after that you actually need the 5 times money for.
Yeah.
And it's mad. Like, you just got
people don't understand about running these things.
Live in your own means, basically, innit?
It's living with your own means. That's when I say to you, I'm trying to find the limbo between both of wanting everything and then living within my means.
Put it together.
It's gotten to a point, especially in my group of friends, and it sounds, but since a young age, we used to be like, oh, this guy got a new Astra, and this guy, to now it's, bro, my man just dropped a Rari, and my man just dropped this and that, wow, and this and that, and we've never hated, but it's always been like, wait, we need to get up on that level.
Yeah.
And then it's gotten to a point where if you were to tell me, oh, drive a C-Class, 16 play, I'm like, but then I'm trying to unwind that tangle of, bro,
what's wrong with it?
There's not, and this is what I said to one of my friends. He was like, I want to change my car. He had a 16 plate C-Class coupe because I'm bored of it. I said, bro, when you're driving, count how many cars are better than yours. And that's what happened with me. Is right now I'm driving a 12 plate C-Class. But then even with that, I could only count so many few cars that are better than mine. I said that's when you start to learn the level of contentment that you have.
There's the other side to that, which is you can get your car, but then if you go to a certain area in London, the UK, wherever, you're always going to see cars that are better than yours. Then
100%.
If you're like a competitive guy,
you could have a Ferrari Pista 488. Yeah. You driving to Knightsbridge, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're always going to want more and more if you go to them sort of sides, and you convince your mind with that.
There's a few cars that I've loved, and it's like Subaru Impreza, like WRX, wow, STI. I love that car. When I was a kid, I loved that car. I would love to have one of them cars, but then I want that car as a hobby. I don't want it as my day-to-day drive. It changes your mindset from worrying about what you're driving to no, I would rather drive this. Now laugh at our brother that's trying to drive in a big thing, but when I say you know what I'm saying to you, so it's a bit of pick and mix, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I've changed what I show on the social media.
I think I need to learn from what you said, defining the two sides together, because I've done 2 extremes. I went from C63 and I downgraded straight to a Mini Cooper. And
that's literally saying it went F-Type and it went to the C-Class. But then it's you just need to learn that level of contentment, and it's when you step back from it and you start seeing it, like now I cringe at people that show off on Instagram and this and then there's that. And I'm just like,
it's like, allow it, innit?
Bro, I understand what people do that on Instagram, but don't be upset if I unfollow you. I don't want to see that. I don't care about that. That's if you're I find it more wow when someone reposts a charity or somebody reposts something like good thing or someone's graduated or
better
someone's
also better than other people.
That I'm more than happy to support that. Bro, congratulations, well done, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I'd always say congratulations to, even if they're showing off, I'll be honest with you. But it gets to a point, it's time to grow out of it, bro. It's like, we've gone past that stage. It's like, anyone could do that now. So, it's just about affordability, all about living within your means, but having that strive to do better. And it's that social media is poison, man.
Yeah.
It's, I'll repeat it is poison. Because it could put you in big depression.
Social media has messed up a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah. Yeah, and it will go, people would take away like the fundamental things they need to live to have something that they can show off with. And it doesn't necessarily just mean a car. But it's like, even I've seen it with women as well. I'm not just talking about guys here. I've seen women that are head to toe designer.
Yeah.
And this and that and blah blah. But then when I've seen their house, I'm like, see that designer you could have bought a new kitchen, or see that designer you could have nice floors. Like, I'd rather be comfortable where I sleep than anything else.
With all that piece, you could have got an extension on your house, made it go up in value by like 10 times the price. No, okay, not 10 times, but you know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah, no,
along the lines.
100%. So it's you have to look at these things, man, and it's stay away from what you see. The only thing that you should be looking at social media is if somebody's working harder than you. If someone's working harder than you and it's paying off for them, I would congratulate that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Use it as motivation as well.
100%.
Don't ever hate.
But see with the people when they hate, and I've had loads of fake accounts message me. Loads. Oh, it's just this, you pretend. I say, I don't care.
Yeah, it is what it is.
At the beginning, it affected me a lot.
Yeah.
So, why do people think of this of me? I'm not even that. I know a lot of people. I'm not social like, sit down and whatever, and where everybody knows my business. I'm not really social like that. So why would someone have that perception of me? So then that was also a huge wake up call when I had like fake accounts messaging me, and I'm nobody, bro. I had 400 followers, like, but you took your time out of the day to make a fake account, jump on my Insta and jump on my company Insta and talk the most.
Talking crud.
And it just like, and it just got to a point I was just like, I can't. And I became a bit more private, and I became a bit more like, I'm not here to make money off people I know. Yeah. I'm not here to make money off my friends. I'm not here, and that's the difference between me and other people that I know. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to run brands, run a successful business. Like, for example, the construction stuff. If any of my friends ever needed anything, it's cost price, bro. You want my worker, take my worker. You want this, take this, no problem. You want my trade account, come. I get 80% off here, take that. Like, it's never been about that.
You can,
it's more about I want to be, and that's the same thing with Wish. It was, we opened up, it was 90% people that we know. Yeah. So now it's 90% of people that I don't know.
Okay. What do you mean, like customers and stuff?
Customers wise, yeah. So it changed from being people to I know to people I don't know. And that's when I know it's going a step in the right direction, where it's not just my friends trying to support me. And it's more of, the place is doing well. The place is starting to do business. So that's the biggest change. That's when you change everything and you make it like that, man.
Going back to the lounge, so there's three of you guys, and if you go through your Instagram, you can see that you've invited like a lot of like social influencers. Would you say? Yeah. Would you say like that sort of thing helps for any business?
Yes and no.
Why is that?
Yes and no. The thing is with the exposure of Wish, yes, it helped. Yeah. But I would never get that influencer to shout out my construction company. Yeah. Because I don't see any relevance to that. Yeah. It's I would rather go into Hedge magazine, do an advert where the average reader's worth £5 million. Okay. So it's when if it's within the context of what you're doing, then yeah. But anything else, then I would say no. Like, if you had a clothing brand, 100% influence would boost that. And if you had a lounge, yes, influence would boost that. And it's literally our opening day. We was everywhere on social media. Like, people were like, "Whoa!" So, but then it depends on what aspect you're in. Like, I've seen people of mechanics, and they've got an influence to come fix their car, and I'm like,
it doesn't make any sense. I think it's like more like getting an influencer for the just, if you can imagine it, imagine them taking a picture in your business that would actually attract others to their place.
The thing is with business,
I don't know how to explain it.
How it works, business is like a disease. Yeah. It goes from in out. for example, I'll give you an example of mechanics. In mechanics, you need to take over your area before you think of even having an influencer that has a guy in Bahrain that follows her, some guy in Morocco, some guy in France, some guy this, 10 guys from London, 6 guys from Birmingham. Like, you're not like you need, like, if you got within your area, you dominated that, then I'll say, alright, cool, bro, you're doing well. Push it out, opening another branch, opening this, you want that exposure, then But if you, the thing, and that's what it goes back down to, is the foundation. Is you need to start from here. Your vision could be over there, but if you work to that without thinking about what happens here, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help you. Like, you can't only think about the end goal. And it's what happens within the area and what happens, and that's one of the main things of Wish. Is like it serves as a cafe to the industrial area.
100%.
It serves as a cafe to the industrial area. So that was the main thing that helped us here. Because if only 15% of our revenue is the shisha, where would I have been without that? I didn't open it on the sole purpose. We opened it as a cafe, right? And then we added shisha on the menu.
You might as well, innit?
You might as well, we've got the space for it, we've got this for it, so that's how it works.
Attraction.
Where people that work here would come on their lunchtime, quick shisha, and then go, and then it started picking up.
Around here, I'll do the same.
Yeah, exactly, and then we just adjusted to everybody's needs, and that was it, and that's what made it busy. And even on the night, it's the industrial area that is their lot and their friends and their where it's a time to relax, or they'll come and they'll watch the football that's on, or we'll have the news on in the daytime, and it's a place, it's a hub for them where you escape that whole steel and metal and concrete and industrial, and because when you're in here you forget where you are, and that was like a huge pull off of the design. It was, you forget where you are when you're here. You forget you're in Northolt, you forget you're in the middle of industrial park, you forget all of that, and it just matters about what's in here. And that's what the switch off is for the people that work around here. Is you come in here and you got that time to relax. You got that time where you're away from work, where you can have a food, you can watch the TV, you could have, and we have people come and have business meetings here.
Also.
Yeah, so a lot of these garages, they don't have offices, or a lot of these industrial warehouses, they have offices, but they're not really nice. So they're bringing clients here, and they're sitting down, or there's the car salesman guys, they'll bring their clients, they'll sit down and they'll do it here. So we're helping out the community which is in our vicinity. Is that's where you work from, and then you work out. If we were just to cater to everybody around London, then we'll be sitting here with nothing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. You got to cater. I think the way you got to do it with business is cater to your inner circle, and then expand out slowly, and that's where you're going to grow.
That's exactly how it goes. Yeah, that's it, man.
So I was going to say, so for people, what would your advice be to people who? What would your advice be to people who are trying to open a cafe, a lounge, a hospitality place? What would your advice be to them?
You have to put 100% in it. You have to cater to the needs of the people around you. And then, like I said, you work in, out. And whatever you're thinking of spending, times it by 3. That's what it is. Whatever your budget is, times it by 3 if you're comfortable with it. That's what happened. Is when you budget for things, and there was things that I didn't understand that you needed, like you needed this and you needed that. So it's whatever you think your budgeting is, times it by 3. If you could do it, do it. If you can't do it, then
don't
hold the horses and do it later on. It's never gonna be too late. It's never gonna be too late. 7 years ago, 8 years ago, there was like 1 or 2 shisha cafes, like that on big scale and whatever. But now it's, for example, you go to Park Royal, there's 30. So the business is always going to be there. It's never too late. And as well, the crowd is getting much older. So it's you build with that. So it's always stick to like your own crowd.
Yeah, but saying that, how are you dealing with competition as well? Because like I was saying in the beginning, there's a lot of
people would disagree with this, but I feel like we are a league in our own. Like I don't feel like anyone can create this vibe. Anyone could create this atmosphere. Everyone could make it this welcoming, and I don't feel anyone could do that. I don't feel like.
Do you focus on competition?
No,
not at all. No. Do you think it's unhealthy?
What happens with competition is things get sent to me of like things that were copied. Like they'll say to me, "Oh yeah, you guys done this first," and people notice. Like a lot of people think people don't, but people notice hard. And so it's I don't care. Like, they could have dancers hanging off the ceiling.
You don't care, innit?
I don't care. Like,
simple like that.
Yeah, it's not. It's like we've built a good enough clientele base in this area, in this industrial park, where I shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
The only time I'll be worried if someone's going from here at lunchtime and going all the way over there, and like going through the traffic and got to go. I'm like, okay, something is wrong here. But I don't see that. I don't see that happening at the moment.
So I think we're gonna wrap up soon.
Yeah.
But before we do, give 3 lessons people can learn from, and a couple of mistakes that people can learn from as well. Not just regarding Shisha Lounge, but just your experience in life. Yeah.
Money management, definitely. You have to have that. That goes in like a mistake and something you need to have.
Yeah.
I've learned from that as a mistake, and I've gained that as a lesson. Money management is a huge one. Then hunger. Like I said to you, being motivated and being hungry is 2 different things. You have to be hungry. Being motivated is not. It's only probably like 10% of what you need.
I think people need to start putting pen to paper, because a lot of people plan a lot of stuff and follow it with no action.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
What's the point?
You can have all these ideas in your head. If you don't take the step forward or take the leap, then
just do one of them.
It's only ever going to be an idea, or it's only ever going to be a dream. So getting started is a huge one. Third one is find that balance between to live within your means, and then to be also striving for more.
I hear what you're saying.
So that's what I'll say. The mistakes, like I said, money management. Don't take things for face value. Like, there's been points now where I've been offered businesses, and it's, that's up for sale, and that's up for sale, and face value is amazing. But when you look at yourself, and that goes within people as well, it's like I'll never judge somebody off what somebody else said. I would have to see it for myself. Like if I sat down with somebody and someone said, I don't like that person for X, Y, and Z, I would never take it for that face value. If that person then becomes my friend, then whatever you said is not correct, then I'm not going to go by what you said. So taking things for face value and judging a book by its cover is a huge mistake. Third big mistake is don't bite off more than you can chew. And
what do you mean by that?
100% is I could have easily taken 10 more contracts this year with the contracts I already had. But then if I did, all of my contracts would have fell apart.
Okay.
It would have damaged everything. So sometimes there's not taking an opportunity is an opportunity itself.
Yeah.
And I'd say that plays a big factor in it. Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. So like I said, we're gonna wrap it up there. So if you guys like that, make sure you subscribe, like, share, do all of that. Make sure you come down to Wish Lounge as well, because sick place. I can't even lie to you. It looks proper nice and all that.
Thank you.
And make sure you follow Ghaith on Instagram. Do you want to be followed on Instagram?
Yeah, go
He's there. He's there.
You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'll put that here right now. But other than that, man, I want to thank you for the podcast. I know you got a business to run. It's getting busier and busier by the minute. We're here on Valentine's Day right now. I expect bare couples to be coming in any minute right now.
We've done like an anti-Valentine thing, so it's singletons only.
I heard that's him. But yeah, man, love for that.
No, perfect, man.
What do you think of the podcast, Adrian?
No, good, man. Really good.
Yeah.
No, really good, man. You asked good questions.
I love for that, man. Appreciate it. It was actually a good one as well.
So thank you, man.